All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the name of His only God and Son. Now, when you look at the identity of people, it's been a major conspiracy going on because you had the guy Joanne Blumenbach. This guy, he came up with a race theory. And see, the race theory is pretty much described in the scriptures, and it's given much detail. In Isaiah 25, verse 7, it says, "And he will destroy in this mountain." Mountain stands for kingdom. It says, "And he will destroy in this kingdom the face of the covering cast, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." So the nations have identities. The nations go back to Genesis chapter 10 with the table of nations. See, this is what they covered over because they don't go by these the generations of the sons of Noah. They don't go by these. But this is the true identities of the people of the world. But this kingdom, the last kingdom that's here to rule, they did away with it. Now, when you go to Daniel 7, Daniel 7, verse 25, it says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High." You see, the Most High name, or the Most High pretty much deals with the true identity of people, not some made up identity by Joanne Blumenbach. It says, Daniel 7 and 25, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High." The Most High have a chosen people. He chose a specific people to deal with, just like he chose a man to be ruler over the house, ruler over the women and children. It says, "And think to change times and laws." See, the laws that he gave this chosen nation, this last kingdom, which is the fourth kingdom that has 10 horns, according to Revelation 17 and Revelation 12, this last kingdom that's ruling, that the Most High set up, they would speak great words against the Most High. Now, when you go into Daniel 4 and 17, to get to the point, they say, "To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whosoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men." Who is the basis of men that the Most High set up to rule? And especially this kingdom that we're living in these last days. Genesis 27 reveals who he set up to rule in this last kingdom. It says, Genesis 27, and starting at verse 38, it says, "And Esau said unto his father, Have you but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. 39, "And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Now, fatness goes back to richness. Thy dwelling shall be the richness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Heaven goes back to rulership, being above, see, to rule. The man is the head, he's above the rest of the family members. Verse 40, it says, and by thy sword thou shalt live. See, they're going to live by their military, by their weaponry, by their anything that they can weaponize. It says, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when you shall have the dominion. Dominion stands for rulership. When you shall have the rulership, that you shall break his yoke from off thy neck. You see, this is who the Most High set up, because it was given to him for a blessing. So he set up these individuals. And this nation, they go by what he named them, and what their fathers named them came from the Most High. That's where you get the word Omen Nomen. These names came from the Most High. See? So this is what we dealing with, because they will tell you that it's a person who skin is the color white. You'll never see it. You'll never see a person walking around unless he's playing a clown, or he's painted his body with the color with a paint brush. You see, that's the only time you will see a person walking around with that color. Now, in biology, if you have a biology book, they'll take you. You can go into that biology book, and it'll tell you about the skin. Now, there's two conditions of the skin. It's two variations of the skin. The skin is either having albinism, or is have pigment in it. You see, and then if it's able to have pigment, even sometimes it's lighter than the dark brown. But if it can't produce no melanin, which they call that to bring the pigment in the skin, that means you have albinism, they call it. That's the updated version. So when you look at Genesis 25 and 23, it says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. The one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, jump down to verse 25. It says, and the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Now Esau was given the blessing. He begged for the blessing, and he was given the blessing. And he came out red. That means he didn't come out dark brown. He didn't come out light brown. You see, he came out where you can see the blood flowing through his skin. You can see the blood. That was the significant thing about Esau. Then in verse 30 it say that he had red pottage, meaning he was eating some food that was red. And it says, therefore was his name called Edom. So now he was born red, and he would eat food in a way that it was noticeable, that was different. You see? And so this is clues that show you who the nation of Edom is. First of all, they would have rulership. Second of all, they would be red. Third of all, they would eat meat or food in a strange way. It says, um, fourth, he would have goat-like hair, because the hair is an identifying mark. Because Jacob, he had woolly hair. He didn't have goat-like hair. That's why uh, you have the chosen nation was specifically identified with their hair. When you go into Daniel and you go into Revelation chapter 1, I think Daniel 7, Daniel 10, and Revelation chapter 1, it shows the Most High and His Son with hair like wool, because that goes back to His chosen nation. He made His chosen nation and the other people on the earth with this hair. And Esau came out with this goat-like hair, and that was going to be an identification for Esau. Because let's go to Jeremiah, because in Isaiah 25:7, it said he would have a covering cast over the people. But why did he put a covering cast over the people? There's two reasons. The one reason, the Most High wanted to hide His chosen nation, so people wouldn't automatically try to eliminate them due to jealousy. But the second reason, and the way He did hide them, was through Esau. Jeremiah 49:10, he say, "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." So this is the goal of Edom. They would try to hide themselves. So he would have to leave clues for the Israelites so they could identify him. Because if you go to the majority of the Bible teachers, they're not going to bring out the identity of these nations. They're not going to know the identity of the nation. They're most likely going to tell you that none of them exist, that is unknown to them. So he was going to reveal these things to his chosen. That's why he chose a nation, because the nations would say it is no God. See, but he chose them to be his witnesses, like Isaiah 34. He chose them to be his witnesses so the nations wouldn't convince people that there was no God. Him having this chosen nation is going to be evidence of his existence, because his name is Yahweh. He exists. This is the main thing he wants humans to know, because he's not talking to humans every day. He's not communicating with them. He's not showing himself every day. So humans can say that he don't exist. Now, Amos chapter 3 verse 7, he says, "Surely the Lord God will do nothing." See, he's not going to make not one move. "But he revealed his secrets unto the servants, the prophets." See, he's not going to do anything until he reveal it to his chosen nation, his witnesses, this special bloodline that he chose. And Jacob and Esau, both of them, you could say they special bloodlines, because he used Esau as a sword, as a destruction, as a punisher. You see, and he used Jacob as a revealer, as a spokesman, a mouthpiece. So these two nations are special nations to the Most High, and he used them for his purpose. That's why you go to Romans chapter 9 verse 12. He used these two nations for his purpose. When they was in the belly, he planned on what purpose that they was going to serve. And see, these Edomites are serving the purpose of punishing the nations, right along with the nation of Israel for their wickedness. And he made sure that this nation of Edom would be very vicious. Deuteronomy 28, 49 and 50. They would be very vicious and very wicked because he was going to use them like a sword. And that sword is a thing that's wicked. That sword is out for blood. That sword is going to kill. That sword is going to damage you. Chop off a limb. Chop your head off. That sword ain't got too many uh, things to do but to destroy. You see? And so this is how the Most High planned out his whole situation when it comes to the humans that he created. And so this is what people don't understand, and this is what's been hidden. But let me certify that point of him allowing Esau to hide the identities of people, because this situation here, Psalms 83 and 4, it says they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation." Let me jump back up to verse 3. It says Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. See, the Most High hid the nation of Israel. That's why he allowed Esau to hide all the nations. Verse 4, he says, they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." You see, they didn't want God to have a chosen nation, and they didn't want it to be evidence that there was a God. But he allowed all these things to go down so he could hide his nation, because they would come after that nation, like in Psalms 83:18, and try to eliminate them. So I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace of the elect, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves, scattered around the globe. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.